And Vugu Nayosi means black power in Kiswahili, black revolutionary now. Just wanted to bring you this video on symbolism and how it applies to us negatively. And first thing I'm going to say is we have white people and their pets, Negroes, who will push symbolism gestures on us to replace what is owed to us, which is reparations. So let me just give you a few examples. You will have streets, boulevards, parks that will have names of our leaders or our ancestors who passed on, like Dr. King or Malcolm X, and they will use that as a form of progress, the thing that we have come a long way. That couldn't be further from the truth. They also used Juneteenth, which was something that we celebrated before Joe the bigot Biden signed this bill. And check out how slick these people are. So when we look at May, they signed a hate crime bill for the Asians. 1 month after, they signed this so-called Juneteenth bill in June of 2021. So the Asian get a bill that is signed for them to protect them from anybody who attack them. They will get penalty or they will get the book thrown at them. But a people who are being enslaved, who are being brutalized for hundreds of years in United States of America, they don't even get a hate crime bill, but they're going to sign a Juneteenth bill. See how that symbolism, rhetoric just shows you how these people is just full of BS. So when Negroes look at all these symbolism gestures, they think, wow, we come a long way. I could go and see a street on a Malcolm X. I could go see a street on Dr. King. Oh, look, we have a federal holiday, which is very interesting because in 1984, Ronald racist Reagan signed a bill to make Dr. King Day a federal holiday. Symbolism. Juneteenth, symbolism. Street signs that name after our ancestors, symbolism. It doesn't lead to anything to push us forward or moving forward, tangibles. And when we're talking about tangibles and reparations, we ain't talking about no hands out. We ain't talking about no handout. We're talking about a debt that is owed to people who have been enslaved in United States of America. So we got to be very clear. We got to be crystal clear on how they use symbolism rhetoric to make us feel that we have come a long way and this is progress for our people. Let me read the Civil Rights Act of 1866. So it states, let me see here. So the Civil Rights Acts of 1866 was the first United States federal law in define the citizen and affirm that all citizens are equally protected under the law. Wow. It was mainly intended in wake of the American Civil War to protect civil rights persons of African descendants born or brought to United States. Right? Check this out. So this was in 1866. Let us jump to the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Right? And it say the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is a landmark civil rights and labor laws in United States of America, right? That outlaw discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. It prohibits equal applications of voter registration requirements, racial segregations in school and public accommodations, and employment discrimination. Check out this last part. The act remains one of the most significant legislative achievement in America history. You talk about a word salad, you talk about nonsense. That is the most or the biggest achievement in America history. Sound good on paper, it sound good when you're saying it. That's 100 years. So it's basically these two bills, which is 100 years or so apart, was specifically designed to protect us as African Black people in the United States of America. And tell me how that work out. So when you have like other groups of people, like the immigration crisis is going on right now in Chicago, in New York, in California, when people are just coming right across the border and just getting tangibles right away. But are people who have been on this landmass, who have suffered, who have been beaten, who have had so much things redlining and segregated communities and schools and jobs and all kind of stuff. That's okay. So when you have these things on paper, it shows you it just a symbolism, it just sounds good. So when somebody from another country is reading this, they're gonna look at us as like we complaining because look, I mean, on paper it clearly shows that these people are protected, right? But we in 2024 and we seen the same thing have been going on with our ancestors from the early 20s, from the 30s, from the 40s, from the 50s, from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, now. So we know this is all symbolism, gesture that doesn't amount to anything. So that's why we have to be crystal clear on this term they use on what they want to state as coming for, or we have all these street names named after our ancestor. It's all symbolism nonsense. So we need to know the difference, and we can't be fooled by this Jedi mind trick. We can't fall for this trick bag, right? We can't. And if you had the baby boomers back in the 60s and 70s who actually did something, we wouldn't be in this predicament right now today. they got a white man job, they got a street name after, or they had symbolism gesture, so they figure, hey, the fight is over, and the white man is good to me, blah blah blah, nothing to see here, nothing to do. And this is what we are faced with today, even in 2024. So it shows you how, when a people is fooled by symbolism gesture, how we could have lack of certain things that we are supposed to fight for rightfully. So I just wanted us to bring you this video just to show you the difference on how they will use certain gestures and certain things to fool you. And we know this year is a election year for the presidency, so you're going to see a lot of pander on certain things to Negroes that look like progress or look like certain things, but we know that's not the case. And so I just wanted us to bring you that, and keep your mind sharp and keep your eyes open and look out for this symbolism nonsense they try to bring to our people. Peace and Black power. Black revolutionary now.